Hello everyone and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be doing an infill using polygel with Dualforms. Can it be done? Well, stick with me in this video, share, like, and subscribe, and we'll see if it works or not. So I'm taking my design from 2 weeks ago where I had tried out the Modelones Polygel Dualforms kit. I encapsulated some glitter in this, and after 2 weeks now, I'm going to be doing an infill. And so we'll start with filing away the overgrowth, smoothing out the transition between the polygel and the natural nail, and I'm also going to be buffing off the top coat that we applied in our last design. So this will be a two-part video. This one will be a polygel infill with Dualforms, and the next video will be putting down my design, which is a continuance of my husband's birthday month. So last week we did a June birthstone design, and I'll put that link in the end of this video. And so this week we're going to continue with things that my husband likes. So we'll be doing a bears design. So I'm really looking forward to showing that for you. I don't typically do sports designs, so this will be interesting. I'm just clipping away some of the lifted areas. My thumbnail was pretty much the only nail that lifted a little bit, so I just want to clear that away and file it down so that when I apply new polygel, there won't already be a lift on there. It's not that great to seal over a lift. It's better to clip away the lift and then apply polygel over it. So I'm just quickly taking the same file techniques to each nail, buffing off the top coat, smoothing out the transition between the natural nail and the fake nail. And if I see any lifting, I will be filing that away as well. So the reason why I am attempting this infill is because I had a channel touched by diversity. She had commented on my last video and asked if I can do a polygel infill with the Dualforms. So why not? So I'm doing this video before I do my design, and I will leave a link to her channel. She does some really nice press-on nails. So I thought I'd just answer her comment with a video. So as I'm doing this, like, I'm kind of thinking about what I'm gonna do. The pressure's on because I'm gearing my designs towards what my husband likes, so it's not a typical flowery design that we may all like. So the next couple weeks of this month are going to be kind of interesting. So in the design that I'll be doing, since he likes the Chicago Bears, for anyone that's in the Chicago area, I'm going to attempt to base my design off of the Bears. But I think it'll be kind of cool, you know, because it's always fun and nice to do pretty designs with rhinestones and, like I said, flowers and just all the nice and dainty, but it's also just as good to represent um, your significant other's likes in your nail designs. So hopefully my design will inspire others to do a design for their significant other, and my husband thought it was cool, so I'm sure if you do that for your own significant other, they'd be impressed that you fit it on 5 little canvases, or in some cases 10, since I only do one hand at a time. So as you can see, this is like a ton of filing, but we are getting there. I just want to make sure that I get rid of all the lifted areas. I mean, there wasn't so much, but with polygel, with Dualforms, it's hard to control the leakage that happens from the edge of the Dualform and the cuticle area. So there is a bulk that I have to smooth down. So I'm going in with my cone shape bit, and I'm going to continue to just file down this thumbnail here. Whatever my clipper wasn't able to clip off, I'm just smoothing it down with this e-file. So I'm taking my cuticle pusher and pushing them back. And we're just going to be doing the standard prep that I always do when I do my nail extensions. I'm going in with my e-file and pushing back my cuticles now. My right hand it hardly gets any dead cuticles skin, so it's a little disappointing at times, as this is my favorite part of nail prep. But that's all right. So I did a lot already with the filing of the nails, so at this point I'm kind of over it and just want to get this done and finished with. So this is going to be my third attempt of polygel with Dualforms. I did the Modelones kit product review, which I'll link in the end of this video. And then I did my nail repair bonus video this week where I repaired my middle finger, and I will leave that link at the end of this video as well. So, but now we're doing the full set. So, I pretty much proven that you can repair a broken nail with polygel using Dualforms. So now the question is, can you do a successful infill using polygel with Dualforms? So now I've applied a dehydrator and acid-free primer to each nail, or each natural part of the nail. And I'm going to be using light apricot this time. I find that the light apricot texture is a lot thicker than the clear, and I just really don't want to deal with the sticky mess of the clear polygel. Plus, I'll save that for a rainy day. Clear is like more important to me than any other, because I use clear for a lot of things, and sometimes when I'm doing special designs I need the clear polygel hard gel, so I'm not gonna be using that in this set today. So So I'm just thinning this out, and we're only going to be applying it to the base area. And like I've done in the previous videos, just start at the edge of that form and roll it down. And we're going to also wipe off the excess. And the fact that this is thicker than the clear, the Dualform kind of stays on there a little bit better. I mean, it did kind of start tipping off and pulling away, but I was able to do what I needed to do and then put the pressure back on the Dualform, as you see here. And then I got my hands-free lamp that I got from Gelish. And we're going to be tapping that and sticking the Dualform under that for like 5 seconds just to flash cure it, and then we'll stick it under the regular lamp for 60 seconds. So this slip solution that I'm using that was in the kit, I do find to be a little weird. It's not like the slip solution that I use with Gelish. That slip solution ends up evaporating, while this one for Model 1s it stays on there like it's polygel smeared all over my skin, but it's not, it's the slip. So after I cured that and put under the regular lamp, I'm going to start twisting this Dualform off. And I did notice that this time around, it's a little bit harder to peel away. For some of the nails, or the rest of the nails actually, I had to use a cuticle pusher to pry off the Dualform. So that part I wasn't too happy about, because as I'm twisting this here, as you can see, like the struggle is real, and I'm feeling like I'm just gonna break this nail off. So yeah, that was a little scary. But when you pry it off, it just pops off. I think because with the nail already there, and the polygel leaking out from the edges, it creates kind of like an overlap on the edge, so it's hard to like pop it off. So we're just going to repeat this step 4 more times. And I guess the real challenge is going to be that thumbnail, because we clipped away a decent amount of that base nail. I don't see why, when I was asked that question, I couldn't, like, I was just going to remove the nails and go back to short nails. But when I was asked from Touch by Diversity, if you can do an infill with polygel using Dualforms, I said, you know what? Why wouldn't I be able to? It's, you know, it would be like me infilling with polygel normally. So I figured that this would work. But at the same time too, the thickness of my nails are not terrible, but they are thicker than I normally make them. So that's the difference. And then also, like, I'm not a fan of this claw curve we got going on. I mean, it's not, I like my nails to be straight, and this thing is curving downward, so I'm gonna have to deal with that for 2 more weeks. And then I'll be stripping this. I'm gonna go back to doing short nails with regular nail polish. And we're going to be doing some really cool, simple, and easy designs that anybody can do. It's always fun to do the nail extensions and go crazy with the designs, but I also want to show the other side on my right hand that you can go very simple and create so many different designs. So my index finger is actually, if you recall from the product review video, that it was thinner than the rest. So I did put on a little bit more polygel just to bulk up this finger, and it worked out. Now it feels like a normal thickness nail. I mean, normal thickness nail for nail extensions. So last but not least, we're going to be applying the polygel on the thumb nail dual form. And I'm going to try spreading this a little bit thicker towards the base because I have that area where I had clipped away. And I guess I'm hoping that when I'm rolling this form on my nail, that when it pushes the polygel, it'll fill that gap evenly. And what I do find that's nice with this system is that if I end up seeing some polygel come out from the edge of the nail, that even if I'm flash curing it, I can quickly remove it and still be able to clean up that excess. So after I did that, I did a cleansing wipe on each nail to remove the stickiness, and then I'm going back in with my nail file and we're just going to smooth out everything. So because there's already a nail there, when you lay down that dual form, it's not making a perfect cover over the whole nail. So there is a line on each side from where the dual form was able to sit onto your nail. And then I'm also smoothing down the excess polygel that came out of that dual form. And that's, and the tips too, since we only applied on the base part of the dual form, we do have like a ledge towards the tip of the nail, and I'm just filing that down and making it even, if that makes any sense. I'm also filing down the tip size to make sure that they're a comfortable length for when I do my boxing. And then I just before took some tweezers, and there were like pieces of polygel on the cuticle areas where some of that polygel leaked out. So this isn't terrible. It might be the same amount of work if I were to just regular infill with polygel and not use a dual form. So if you can get the infill perfect, it's less filing. So I wouldn't mind suggesting to do the infill with polygel and dual forms. If you're good at sculpting, then I would recommend doing it that way because, you know, there wouldn't be any need for filing. Like I said, I do have to file a tip because the polygel excess that squeeze out is forming a layer on top of that tip. And then also, I mean, on some of them they covered the full nail because I put too much polygel, but you still have to file that down because you don't want a thick nail. So that is something you should be aware of. So, I mean, for me, I think I would have just sculpted the polygel and do an infill that way. But at least we know that this way works. So we are just wrapping up this filing, making sure that our nails are filed down to size. And it's so hard to just, be able to see what you're doing and then keep your work under the camera. Especially when filing. Like, you're in the middle of filing, so you can't, like, you gotta put your hands in a certain section on your workspace, but when you're filing, you kind of forget about that part. But anyway, I'm using my coarse buffer, and I'm just going to continue with buffing out the scratches. This is the same step that I'll do with any other system that I've used thus far, polygel and hard gel. And I do this because it'll leave your nail so smooth. It's definitely worth doing after you apply your extensions. And then I'm going down to my medium coarse buffer. And we're going to file each nail. And these files have two sides to it. There's a coarse and finer side. Now we're using the finer side. We're making the surface of the nail super smooth so that when we apply our nail polishes on top of this, it will go on very smoothly. And this step is so important if you want to have like a flawless coat of nail polish, especially for those types of nail polishes where you can tell like every crack and cranny on your nail. Sometimes it happens with metallics, but so these are my nails with the infill. These nails are pretty solid. They feel good. I feel like they're stronger than they were the first time I did it. So right now I'm just applying the Modelones base coat that came with it and to prep for our design. And again, this is going to be, the design's going to be in the next video, the part 2 of this series. And I'm really looking forward to showing you what I can do based on what my husband likes. So stick with me again so that you don't forget. Please share, like, and subscribe for the next video. And I'm also putting the base coat underneath the tip as well. Even though we didn't touch it, I just like doing that. Just an extra seal. Because things happen and there may be scratches under there, but I definitely just want to seal that in. And I normally put color the nail polish underneath this nail too, which is why I put a base coat, so that it adheres better, and also so that it doesn't ruin the nails if I reuse them. But I'm thinking, even though I'm putting base coat underneath here, I don't think I'm going to be putting the color underneath it because the glitter looks so pretty. So now I'm just giving it a nail cleanse, and I will be looking for you in the next video when we finish our design. Thank you so much for watching my infill with polygel using Dualforms video. This is Isms by Josie, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.